That is the jurat. It's not a verification. Go to the next page.
There is no notarization. After Kathleen Gaya de Guzman, no notarization. So how can there be a valid verification?
Those who are in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. With 35 in favor, 9 against, and 1 abstain, the chair declares the Massa et al. Complaint sufficient in form. Now we shall proceed to our determination of sufficiency in form of the Massa et al. Complaint. May we request the endorser to manifest their respective positions. The Honorable Elago.
Yes, Madam Chair. With regard to the determination of sufficiency in form of the Marcos impeachment complaint filed by Massa et al., based on our rules of procedure in impeachment proceedings, there are 2 important questions to be asked. Number 1, is the complaint verified and endorsed properly? And second, is the complaint subscribed and sworn to by the complainants before a notary public? The answer to both questions is yes, Madam Chair. So it is the position of this endorser, these endorsers, that this verified complaint filed by Massa et al. Is sufficient in form. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Elago. We would like to acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Milagros Aquino Magsaysay. For the guidance of everyone, the committee is counting the vote of only the members and the ex-officio members and those who, the non-members who were deputized. Again, justice members, ex-officio members, and non-members who were deputized by ex-officio members. That's for the guidance of all the members. We have concluded on the manifestation of position of the Honorable Elago. May we hear the manifestation of the 2 other endorsers?
Madam Chair,
The Honorable Tino is recognized.
I have the same manifestation, so that will suffice as far as
Thank
I'm
you.
concerned. Thank you.
I have similar manifestations, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Ko. Now we will be listening to the comments of the members of the Justice Committee.
Madam Chair,
The Honorable Janice Digamo is recognized.
Madam Chair, as stated in the endorsement of the impeachment complaint, there are 36 Filipino citizens who filed the complaint, composed of leaders and members of different organizations from the marginalized and underrepresented sectors. So it is my humble submission that the impeachment complaint filed by Lisa Massa and 35 other complainants complies with the requirement as to who can file an impeachment complaint. Under the Constitution and the House Rules of Procedure in impeachment proceedings, an impeachment complaint may be filed by any member of the House of Representatives or by any citizen upon a resolution of endorsement by any member thereof. As to the personality of the respondent, the President is among those listed as impeachable officers under Section 2, Rule 11 of the 1987 Constitution. It states that the President, the Vice President, the members of the Supreme Court, the members of the Constitutional Commissions, and the Ombudsman may be removed from office on impeachment. This constitutional provision is reiterated under Section 1, Rule 1 of the Rules of Procedure in impeachment proceedings by the House of Representatives. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. May we hear from any other member?
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Po is recognized.
Madam Chair, I want to bring up 2 points in terms of the form. First and foremost, I want to point out that as stated by...
Honorable Po, kindly speak closer to the microphone.
Sure. Madam Chair, so I would like to point out 2 points. First and foremost, as stated by a Congresswoman, Sara Ilago, they did actually have their complaints signed and verified, and to make sure that this is true and correct based on their personal knowledge or based on authentic records po. And this is not filed, to be clear, this is not filed to harass or cause any unnecessary delays. This is also important in verifying the documents. Second point that I want to bring up, and this is something that I think our fellow Filipinos should also take note of when it comes to our rules. Importante at mahalaga na meron tayong miyembro ng Kongreso na mag-endorse po dito sa complaints. Dito sa MASA complaint, we have Representatives Tino, Sara Ilago, and of course Congresswoman Ko as the endorsers, making it a proper endorsement. This endorsement was also filed on January 26, 2026, and it was subscribed before the Secretary General, meaning she was present during this filing. And these are all important provisions which make it a verified document. And I would like to point out that in terms of the form, these seem to be all complete.
Thank you, Honorable Po. Other observations from the members? Honorable Chua?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, we've been talking about verifications and oath, but hindi naman po natin pinapa-identify yung signature. So I think that is very important because maybe later on, baka biglang itanggi yung signature. May I ask, Madam Chair, if the complainant or complainants are present in today's committee hearing?
Madam Chair,
The Honorable De Lima?
thank you. I think it's unnecessary because there is a presumption of authenticity of signatures unless someone or anyone questions it. Then it becomes an issue, that would necessitate
He is
asking
questioning na.
the affiant or the signatory to confirm or not his or her signature. So that is unnecessary.
And
Honorable Chua?
yes, but I think that is very important. Why? Because we are talking here of the sufficiency in form. And one of the very important in the form is the signature itself. Otherwise, baka later on biglang itanggi, paano po yun? And in fact, there are several instances na sinasabi, hindi kanila yung signature. So have we also invited the notary public? Wala rin naman po dito yung notary public para mag-verify na humarap po sa kanya talaga yung tao. So if we are talking here of sufficiency in form, hindi po ba ito mahalagang tanong din? But of course, I will submit to the wisdom of the body.
The Honorable Suntay?
Yes, Madam Chair. I think that would be simply answer the complainant who also endorsed the verified complaint for impeachment of present. And they actually sponsored it. So the authenticity of the signature is easily verified by just asking them. And because they're present, I believe that they're affirming that it's their signature.
While we recognize the point of the Honorable Chua, let it be known that only the members and the endorsers were invited in today's hearing. As mentioned earlier by the Honorable De Lima, the determination of form and substance are preliminary. The hearing proper will be happening on the later part of our proceeding after we have concluded on the determination of form and substance. No? We recognize the significance of the opinion and observation of the Honorable Chua, but nevertheless, let us confine ourselves to what appear in the impeachment complaint.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Rodriguez?
Yes, the complaint of Masa et al., my good friends, former Congresswoman Masa and also Congressman Casino, is not sufficient in form. If you read the complaint, it is not a verification after the complaint, but a jurat. It says subscribe and sworn to. This is not the verification that is required under the Constitution, under our rules. Can you kindly take a look? Can you show there?
Yeah, may
The
we
end
request
of
the
the complaint.
Secretariat to flash
It
the
is a
complaint?
jurat, subscribe and form. There's no statement here about a verified complaint.
Madam Chair, the copy that I have...
The
and I
Honorable
guess-
De Lima.
Sorry. Thank you, Madam Chair. The copy that I have, and I guess the other members would have that, really contains a verification page.
Kindly speak closer to the microphone.
Yes.
I see that there is a
verification.
verification page alleging the necessary facts there in accordance with
Meron.
Section 3, Rule 2 of the Rules of Impeachment, Rules of Procedure in Impeachment Proceedings, that it is the complainants or the complainants read and understood the contents thereof, and that the most important, the allegations therein are true and correct of our personal knowledge or based on authentic records and documents. That is the needed allegation or averment in a verification. The number 4 and number 5, not necessary anymore. It's actually required in the certification. So if it's a verification and certification requirement, then we can consider number 4 and number 5. But for purposes of verification, under the rules, it's only about that the allegations are true and correct of our personal knowledge or based on authentic records and documents. I see it here. There is a verification duly signed by all the complainants.
The Honorable Rodriguez.
I have read that. It is after the verification of the endorser. But if you will read here, verification, signature, there's no notarization. No notarization of the verification itself. And you post those two. Because I have read this for the past week. And
Kindly flash the
certainly we
complaint.
wish to hear it, but if it is insufficient in form, it cannot go. So look first at the jurat. At the end, verification should be at the end of the complaint. Where it will say that it is of the personal knowledge or it's sufficient. If you say personal knowledge or authentic records, that's fine. That is in our civil procedure and our criminal procedure. But here, if you will see the verification, Mr. Chairman, Madam Chair, the verification has no signature of a notary public. So there is no sufficiency in form. The verification which is attached to the endorsement, there is none. There is no notarization.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Honorable Vice Chair Keith Flores.
Is the copy of the Honorable Rufus Rodriguez, does it contain the last page, sir, where there is that page is attached?
Secretary, kindly double
Maybe
check the copy.
they failed to
No,
attach
Madam
the
Chair.
copy.
the notarization is on the jurat, on the last page. It's on the jurat, and the jurat is not a verification.
Not on the actual verification itself. Madam Chair.
Sir, it's not verification. If you look at the verification itself, which they attach after the verification of the 3, there is no notarization. After Kathleen Gaya de Guzman, no notarization. So how can there be a valid verification?
Madam Chair.
The page before that, Congressman Rufus Rodriguez, also includes, can we flash the page before that, please?
Madam
The
Chair,
COMSEC.
point of clarification before we can answer that one.
Let us wait until the speaker finishes first before we call the rest.
COMSEC, can we
Madam
flash
Chair.
the page before that?
Vice Chair Tumogan, we will call you after we have flashed that page containing the jurat.
May I know if we have the same copies? Because
That
We
one-
are supposed to have the same copies, but nonetheless,
if that
we
is
are
so-
flashing this page on the screen that contains the jurat.
because if
Yeah, that's right. Subscribe and so on too.
Yes.
That is the jurat. It's not a verification. Go to the next page. It is notarized, correct? Go to the
that is
next page.
correct, that's why I'm asking, do we have the same copies?
Yes, I
If
think we
the
have the
answer
same.
is yes,
Yes.
then Congressman Rodriguez.
We're supposed to have the same copies.
So therefore, there is
only
no...
jurat.
There's
It's
no...
not a
Only jurat. So
verification.
therefore, there is no sufficiency in form.
The chair examined the copy of the complaint, but prior to this jurat, there is a verification signed by the complainants.
Yes, but no
Although it doesn't bear the
notarization.
page.
Therefore, it is self-serving, it's not public record. It is not something to bind us. Because there is no, after the signature,
We will be suspending to check the copy of the Honorable Rodriguez.
itong kopya ko. There is no signature.
We take note of the observation of the Honorable Rodriguez. Nonetheless, we have checked this copy. I believe this one is complete, no? At the end of the complaint, there is verification. They were signed by the complainants. It is 2 pages because they have a lot of complainants, more than 32. And then after the signature of the complainants, we have the jurat. The jurat is supposed to be the oath to the verification. And then the names and the identification of the complainants. And then on the last page, the administering officer of the jurat, the notary public. I hope this satisfies the Honorable Rodriguez.
Madam Chair, we really would like your impeachment complaints to be heard. But the first requirement in the Constitution and our rules is sufficiency in form. If we will go back again, after the complaint, there is a verification. That was where it is signed. But there is no notarization on that. And then it goes to the jurat. The jurat, there are no signatures, and the jurat was the one that was notarized. It really is a lack, is insufficient in form. We cannot proceed with a complaint where the verification is not notarized, and its jurat has not been signed, and it is the one notarized. So we have to stick to legal rules, Madam Chair. In the rules, our rules on criminal procedure apply supplementarily. So there can be, it's just like a complaint which is not signed and not properly identified and verified. So therefore, it's clear. If you flash again, I would like to have this flash, Madam Chair, so that everybody will know, including the public. Can we go to the verification
Madam Chair.
after the complaint and then the jurat and the signature? Because it is, we are lawyers here. We are trying to have the legal proceedings in proper order based on the law.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Erice is recognized.
Madam Chair, if you will look at the first complaint, it's the same thing.
Correct.
Yung verification po, hindi notarized. Yun lang pong jurat ang notarized. It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing, Mr. Chair.
It's the same thing.
To answer, Madam Chair, it's not the same.
It's the same thing. This is the copy.
Yeah, it is verification and then the signature of the notary public. You see? It is different.
No, there's no notary public. In my copy, there's no
It is Ana, Patricia, Ana, is as in Veloso, Ana, Patricia, Chua.
Yes,
It's
page 13 and 14.
Page 14.
Yes.
Okay, can we check the,
Point of order, Madam Chair. Point of order.
to satisfy the needed comparison between the first and the second impeachment complaint, can we flash again the verification
Chair.
of the De Jesus complaint?
Madam Chair,
Please
point
wait
of
for your
order.
turn as we call one after the other all the members of the House who wishes to make
Yun.
their manifestation.
Madam Chair, point of order. Point of order muna ako.
The Honorable Abante is recognized.
These people are arguing without even addressing the chairman. My goodness, pare-pareho naman tayo legislator dito. Alam na natin ang utos dito eh. Address the chairman first before you ever argue with one another.
Madam Chair, this representation apologizes to the Honorable Chair because sometimes we cut in because in answer, but you are, Chairman Abante is right, and we should always address before addressing the committee the permission of the Chair. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Thank you. The chair is in possession of the complaint of De Jesus. And my observation is, it is the same as the complaint of Masa et al. There is verification signed by the complainant. It is followed by the jurat, subscribed and sworn to, and then signed by the notary public. Then let me go back to Masa et al. There is a verification signed by the so many complainants. After the 2-page signature follows the jurat, subscribed and sworn to. And then at the end of all the names and identification cards, identification of the complainants is the signature of the notary public.
Madam Chair, short manifestation, Madam Chair.
The Honorable Vice Chair Garbin is recognized.
I confirm your findings on the verification of the Masa complaint. The verification, as together with it, the jurat, would yield the same date, Madam Chair. It was verified and signed by the complainants January 22, 2026. The jurat also yield the same date, January 22, 2026, Madam Chair. I submit.
Thank you. Well, everybody's observation are being noted by the committee. But anyway, we will be proceeding to vote later on. And just to conclude, the position of the endorsers as to the sufficiency in form. May we hear from the endorsers with regards to the comment of the Honorable Rufus Rodriguez?
Madam Chair, we respectfully reiterate our manifestation earlier that our this verified complaint, which we have endorsed, complies in sufficiency in form. The matter of fact of the notarial seal being on a separate page is due to the volume of signatures of the complainants. There are 36, and they cannot fit in just one page. And nonetheless, it could be a matter of one could argue notice can be taken of the fact of complainants swearing to the notary of the items in the verification that was heavily covered by the media on that day. And it could also witness the notary also providing his notarial seal and his signature on all the documents provided. And with that, Madam Chair, we once again respectfully submit that this complaint is sufficient in form. Thank you.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Suntay.
Madam Chair, I think the best evidence to show if it is sufficient in form or if the document is notarized is the document itself. Let us, maybe what should be presented is not the statement, but the document so that we could see.
So we have flashed the actual complaint in the screen, and I believe that most of the members are equipped with copy of the same already. And we've made our comparison also between the De Jesus and the Masa et al. Complaint. It is observed that they are one and the same in as far as verification and jurat are concerned. No? So if there are no other comments or manifestations on sufficiency in form of Masa et al. Complaint, then the chair is ready to hear the necessary motion.
Madam Chair,
The Honorable Erice is recognized.
I move that we declare the Masa complaint as sufficient in form. So move.
Do I hear a second?
I'd like to object again, Madam Chair.
Okay. There is a motion.
I think, Madam Chair,
Honorable Abante?
I think I have definite reasons why I am objecting.
Yes, please state your
Number
reason
one,
why you're
number one.
objecting.
What Congressman Chua has raised a moment ago is important. Now, we are not talking about any fast rules here. Every member of this House has the right to question, whatever the question might be, Madam Chair. Therefore, the question of Congressman Chua should be tackled. Number two, I also object on the argument raised by Congressman Rodriguez. And number three, Madam Chair, nakita ko po dito, in-exhibit nila yung competent evidence of identity. Pero wala po dito yung documents if they are indeed taxpayers, Madam Chair. Sapagkat nakalagay sa endorsement, they should be taxpayers. Therefore, I question if all of these 36 complainants are actually taxpayers. Kung taxpayers yan, dapat mag-submit ng document yan dito na sila ay taxpayers. If indeed wala, therefore, sufficient ang form na pinapaliwanag dito. And therefore, Madam Chair, I object.
We are noting the explanation of the Honorable Abante with regards to his objection. Nonetheless, we shall be proceeding to vote on the sufficiency in form of Masa et al. Complaint. There is a motion to declare Masa et al. Complaint sufficient in form.
Point of order.
The same has been objected to.
Point of order.
Those who are in favor, we shall now divide the House. The Honorable Ridon.
Who has seconded the motion, Madam Chair? Who has seconded? It hasn't
Who
been
seconded?
seconded.
It's Kong Noy Defensor. Because I heard a lot of second. Okay. So we shall now divide the House. Those who are in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. Those who are not in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. Kong Tinyo. Those who abstain, please raise your right hand. Comsec, the vote, please. With 35 in favor, 9 against, and 1 abstain, the chair declares the Masa et al. Complaint sufficient in form.
Madam Chair,
The Honorable Abante.
it is very clear that there is insufficiency in form. Very clear po yan. And I'm so glad for the rest of those, my colleagues, that supported my objection. And therefore, realizing that this is actually an exercise in futility and a waste of the people's money, I therefore would like to walk out of this hearing right now.
The manifestation is noted. We have concluded the determination in form of both the Jesus complaint and Masa et al. Complaint. If there are any other matters the member wish to discuss before we suspend? No other matters? There being no other matters to discuss, the meeting is suspended until 10 a.m. tomorrow, February 3, 2026. The members present today are considered informed in open hearing of the meeting tomorrow. In accordance with the rules, the committee will determine the sufficiency and substance of the impeachment complaints tomorrow. Meeting is suspended.